often heard students after their English exams say that we studied the English poem so well, but still there were some unprepared and unplanned questions they did not know and felt stuck. We teachers understand this. During exams, you have limited timeline, and the fear of making mistakes holds you back, and you tend to leave such questions. This is a very heartbreaking moment for all of us. There's a widespread belief among students that poetry is fun to read and recite, but challenging to analyze and understand it. It's no surprise because most of the students, they focus on the questions in the textbook and the questions previously asked. If you shift your focus on understanding and analyzing poetry, then you can respond to any questions spontaneously. Now, the good news is that there are some proven strategies, a very smart and easy way to understand poetry. Hi, I'm Preeti, an English teacher for almost 12 years now, and that's exactly why I have created this video, so that I can share with you a step-by-step path of understanding poetry. So before we dive deep into the lesson, let me tell you, this lesson is going to do two things. First, it's going to reduce your stress of learning all the questions and answers. And second, it's going to give you super smart and super easy way to understand poetry. So the first step is read the poem. Read the poem to yourself and gradually read it aloud. You can even record your voice and listen to it. Enjoy the rhythmic beat. Just pay attention to the flow of vocabulary words. So the second step is vocabulary. Just make a designated notebook for jotting down all the vocabulary words that come your way. And this will help you to remember the lines and also will help you to solve the extract-based questions. Now we come to the third step, that is the rhyme scheme. Notice if the poem follows any systematic pattern. If that is rhythmic pattern, then just look at the last word of every line. If it follows a distinct pattern, if the sound is repeated, you can just assign different alphabets to those rhythmic letters. Now that you know the poem well, it's time for step number 4. Look at the choice of the words and the way they are arranged in the poem. Now it is time to unpack the elements of the poem. When you look at the choice of words, this is going to help you to identify the mood, the tone, and the diction of the poem. No need to worry. If you are not familiar with these literary terms, I'll explain you. While mood is emotions invoked in the reader by the poem, on the contrary, tone is the author's attitude towards the subject. Whereas diction is the careful selection of all the words, vocabulary words, to create a writing style. And poets, they are artists. They are very fond of using figurative style. They do not want to be very obvious. They want, the reader to figure out things. So they use figurative language. Last, bravo, you have come a long way. And so here is your step number 5, the 5 WH questions. Who is the narrator? What is the theme? When did it happen? Means the timing. Where is the setting? And why did the poet write about it? So getting answer to all these WH questions, you will discover the context of the poem. Last but not the least, paraphrase the poem. But before that, just see how a translator has interpreted the original work. and then paraphrase each and every line in your own words. Listen to me carefully, students. By following these steps, you are active, you are not passive learner, and you are productive. Happy learning. So before I finish my lesson, I want all the students to practice this strategy. And if you like this lesson, just give it a thumbs up and subscribe so that you do not miss any of my lesson in future. Thank you for joining.